Hi guys, I'm Sabrina from The Power Within Us, and we are here today with Lakiba Pittman. We are at her house, at her home. Thank you, Lakiba, so much for having us here.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you. Oh, hello.
We might have righteous
Yes.
visiting.
And we are just about to talk with Lakiba and find out her line of work and what she does. So if you could please tell us a little bit about what you work with, Lakiba.
Okay. Well, I do so many different things, but currently I'm teaching mindfulness to a after-school program in East Palo Alto. It's an after-school program called College Track that's trying to help students from the 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th grade to prepare to go to college. So mindfulness is a great tool that students can learn to be able to pay attention, to be able to focus, to reduce stress, reduce anxiety. So I love it. I love teaching that class. And then I also I'm an adjunct professor at Menlo College, which is a local business school in Silicon Valley. And I teach diversity in the workplace. Prior to that, I was at Hewlett-Packard, HP, where I was the Global Diversity and Inclusion Director of Diversity, where I worked with business leaders on how to manage a globally diverse workforce. Yeah.
Okay.
And I also teach a compassion course. I just finished my certification. It's Stanford University's, it's a long name, Center for Compassion, Altruism, and Research Education. The short name is CCARE. You can look it up at ccare.org. And they offer an 8-week compassion cultivation training course to help people be more compassionate. So they did a big research project on it, really looking at the brain. So the program is sponsored by Stanford University, but it's the School of Medicine, the Department of Neuroscience.
Oh, wow.
And you probably know they have started recognizing that there are benefits, not only in the body but in the brain, to meditative practices. So that's kind of where it came from and where it got its initial funding. So I love teaching that. Just on the brink, just taught my first class.
Great.
And so looking forward to doing that more.
Okay, well, we definitely want to talk about that for everyone that's watching. So when did you start taking, teaching meditation, and what guided you to start doing that?
You know, I am a long-time meditator. I started when I first went to college. It was introduced to me as a way to focus. It can help you be a better student. It can lower stress. It was kind of introduced to me that way. So I started with transcendental meditation, and later I went into other similar modalities, if you will, and I saw immediately almost the benefit to me. I just hadn't quite figured out how to pass it on, how to share it with other people. So it kind of took me a while before I took it outside of myself. Like if I had a close friend, I might recommend it to a friend, but I wasn't confident in going out and actually teaching it. So it kind of came upon me as time went by. I think I started to see the need for it, like the society, humanity, all the stressors that people are experiencing. People are depressed, a lot of mental health issues. Just all around me, there were so many challenges and problems that people were having, And I felt, do I have the cure-all? Maybe not. But do I have kind of an antidote? Do I have something that can help? I felt that I did. And so then I really started kind of connecting with other people who were offering classes and just planting seeds. I would start telling people, well, you know, I do this, and I'm thinking of teaching a class. And I just started planting seeds out and about. And it's almost like miraculous, because it's like once I kind of decided in my mind and heart, yeah, I want to do this. Yes, I need to do this. Yes, this is my purpose.
Yeah.
You know, then people kind of came that I connected to. And I think I taught my first class to kids. I did mindfulness and art journaling for kids. And then I thought, okay, I can do this. I've got this, you know. And so now I've taught several classes from third graders through high school, and also now compassion to adults. So.
And would you say, is there a main difference between teaching children and adults? What have you noticed?
What I think it is you have to be practicing, right? So that's the key. It's not good to try to teach something you're not practicing.
Sure.
So if you're practicing, I almost intuitively was able to relate it to the audience or person that I'm teaching it to or talking to. Funny thing that you said that, because when I was going to teach my first class to kids, who did I talk to? My granddaughter. She was 9 years old. I tried it on her. We did a little art journaling. As a matter of fact, I think I have her first journal. We did a little art journaling and breathing, just closing your eyes, can you be quiet, kind of just introducing the concepts. And she kind of helped me with what would be fun, you know, and how I could really do it. And after talking to her, I kind of created a little curriculum, and I didn't know how it would work. First, I knew I'm going to be working with these kids for a half an hour to 45 minutes. First, for young kids, it's hard to get them just to be still at all, right? So you have to tailor it for the audience that you're working with. But in a way, you're really still teaching the same principles. It's really hard for all of us to just be quiet.
Yeah, quiet the mind.
To quiet the mind. Exactly, exactly. So kind of just a little different. I might do it for shorter spans. With kids, I might do, when I start, a minute. We work our way up to 5 minutes, and then we do something else.
Okay.
A different kind, so not just mindful meditation, which would be still, I'm sitting here, to mindful walking, mindful eating, mindful listening, mindful drawing. You know, we did different things, more activity.
So being present in different parts of your day. So
yes. And with adults, I need to bring a little bit of that in just to make the class fun. One thing that works well with adults is having a meditation and then sharing. So one thing that I found in the last class that I did is a lot of us don't have deep conversations or don't go below the surface of it when we talk to people, even our friends or family. So what's been really rewarding for me to see, and I hear from my students, is that when they come together in a group, after everybody's gotten to know everybody, they're sharing the deepest things. They're going deep. And they really, when I look at my evaluations, that's what they really love. They love what I'm teaching and the practice, but they love that I was able to connect with this person. And I found out that it's not just me, that other people have fears, or other people have dreams, or other people feel ashamed. Like, there are people just like me, you know?
And why do you think nowadays it's so hard for a human being to open up and show their aspects of vulnerability of themselves to other people?
Yeah. Well, to some extent, I think part of it is cultural, meaning some cultures tend to be more open, right, in kind of in general, and some are a little bit more reserved. But beyond that, I think it's just not easy. It's not easy. Somewhere along the line, we've been taught to a little bit to wear the mask, right? To look like everything's okay. You know, someone asks you, "How are you?" And great. Now, I might be great, you know, and do I want to depress you and tell you all the horrible things that are going on? Probably not. But do I ever do that? Do I ever get down on those layers of life? Because we all have those layers of life. And the more we're able to kind of share, then now we're having an authentic connection and relationship. I don't know if this is really connected, but I had an experience just today. So we're preparing for the holidays. I go downtown. I go into the grocery store. I'm just picking up a couple of things. Right in front of the grapes, there's a lady there crying. I'm like about to walk by, and she's standing there, and just tears are just coming down. And I was like, "Are you all right?" You know, kind of patting her. And she said, "Oh, thank you." She just thanked me. And just, that just took a second, right? And then I said, are you missing your family? And she said, "No, my husband passed away a few years ago. And at this time of year, I get really sad." And so I just really felt for her and just gave her a hug, you know, and just went on to what I was doing. So, why did I say that? I'm saying that to say that no matter how great things are and how well we're doing, there's always layers of things where people are kind of troubled or unhappy. And if you can be warm, you know, and receptive and considerate of other people, we can heal the world.
Sure.
Right?
That's such an amazing thing you just said, because when you really come from a place of compassion and love, and you can support one another and hold hands and stand together, things really change.
I mean, something kind of happened
a little tiny gesture, just a pat, can change someone's whole...
She totally started smiling. And a friend was with her and saw us and kind of came up, "What's wrong?" You know. But I'll probably never see that lady again. Right?
And you know what I find it really funny when these situations is not only the person who was upset is now happy, but when we give to others, it makes our day as well.
It just set my day off, for real.
Right?
It just changed me right after that. It really did. I felt, I felt like crying myself, right? I was kind of caught a little bit in her story, but I also recognized how simple it is to just take a moment, you know, with someone. But going back to your initial question, why is it so hard for us? I don't know, but it is, right? It is. Yeah.
And hopefully with your work and your, you know, compassion and meditation course, and people can be more in tune with their own nature and be able to, you know, cut through those barriers. Because it's really sad. I mean, we are humans trying to, you know, work it out and not being really able to be humans, which is come from a place of we care. We see people crying. It touches us.
That's
and
right.
I don't know what we're pretending. It doesn't.
Exactly.
It doesn't, because it does. People smile. It affects us. It's
it
not
does.
only on the way that the mind and the thought creates the reality, but on the feelings and the vibrations. So.
That's true. That is so true. That's really true. So we just have to keep doing it. First, you have to cultivate it in ourselves, right? And what do I mean by that? I mean, in my compassion training, in the course that I teach, it starts with the premise that wherever we are with regard to compassion, we can stretch it, we can expand it. And so over the 8 weeks, that's what we're working on, right? So in my mind, I always kind of think visually. So it's like going out in concentric circles. So when we start, we look at compassion for who you already have compassion for. So I might, in a meditation, if I'm doing a guided meditation, I might say to you, okay, as you close your eyes, you know you're in your meditative state, see in front of you a person that you really love or that you really care for, right? You're imagining that. Or it could be a pet. You can see your pet or whatever. And so you do a meditation or a practice around that. And for the week, you practice that or you think about that. The people that are in your inner circle. And each week, you kind of challenging yourself a little more. So we start there. The next week, it's self-compassion. Because sometimes self-compassion is harder than
so true.
Having compassion for your doggy, right? And then the next week, it's casual people. People like the person in the grocery store, the clerk we see all the time, who we don't really know, but we kind of know. Or the neighbor you wave at, but you don't really know the neighbor. So more casual people. How is it when you have to think or have compassion for the person that's more extended? And then it keeps going out. Then it's compassion for people you don't like, right? And how is it, what comes up for us when we don't like people? And then it goes to people we might consider outsiders, who might be homeless people, they might be killers, abusers, terrorists, whatever it might be. So you keep challenging and moving out and seeing your level of ability to have compassion for those people.
Amazing. Well, thank you so much,
Thank you.
Lakiba. It's been great.
Thank you
and
for
thanks
asking
your time.
me.
Well, yeah.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, everybody. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.